I'm giving a small talk. A few years ago, I suffered from brain cancer, and that means I can't read, and I find it sometimes a little difficult to find the words, but I think I'm doing okay. So I wanted to show you a few things that I have been kidding around with. I'm now a retired nerd and spend times in my computer, sometimes between 12 and 14 hours a day, or other times less. I wanted to show you something that I was inspired by my previous work, which has been on microdown. And I saw one of the guys who were then doing it in UML. So I thought, what from microdown or from UML is useful for me? And that is not the graphics of, but the actual code. And as you can see, I don't have put slides on here because I can't read what I wrote there anyway, so I'm just talking. But I could pretend a slide. And this is what inspired me. They are making UML, and that is for the class diagrams. And I wanted to make something else. So I'll close this again. No, it doesn't matter. So I have a close integration with AIs. AIs are not a tool for me. They are the ones that I'm actually working with. So I'm working with ChatGPT, Claude, and Grok as the key ones. Sometimes Mistral. The one that came out and is called Gemini is not, in my views, good at anything. But the other ones I can use. And this one here, I can't read. But I can do like this, and I just wanted to make certain that you could hear it.
What is the purpose of UML sequence diagrams?
Or
P14 ESUG01 Mac image.
So as you could see, these two were different. One understood and the other did not. And that's because those who designed Pharaoh 14 have made some changes that makes it incompatible with actual Apple. So I will have it speak the other way. What is it? What is the purpose of this? I wrote it down.
The UML sequence diagram shows how objects or parts of a system interact over time. It is used to show the order of messages between components, users, or systems, explain how a particular use case or process works, help developers understand who does what and when, spot missing steps, unclear responsibilities, or design problems before coding, communicate system behavior clearly to analysts, designers, and developers.
And to summarize it differently,
there once was a diagram neat, where objects would message and greet. It showed who spoke when, again and again, so the workflow was clear and complete.
And this text here is AI generated. So I asked it the top one, and it gave me the other one. Okay. So for me, AI is a key thing where I hand it a bunch, and then it will do the rest. Enough of this. I made the UML sequence diagram. Okay. So if we go here, I sort of stole the idea from Steph and the others, and it now can say sequence diagram, and then I need this class, and this class, and then I need these sections, and I write them in the order. So if I actually execute this thing here, I get this thing here. So that is the one idea. And as you can see, some of them are, I don't know if you can see this because strange things happen here, but this one here is on my computer red. and this one is red. And if we take a look, you can see that sequence login system is this one here, and it has an ampersand and then blob. So if I press this, it should print was here. Or if I press this one here, it prints there. So there is an integration between action and things on the actual sequence diagram. So that was sort of the start of it. Oops. Then I made a number of tests to see if this works, and I have sort of noted that I should not show you all of them because but if we take it, run this one here first, it just says try, and this is then the key thing that I have made, and that is I wrote this thing here that uses this contents and then run it. So it runs it, and that produces a humongous, potentially humongous piece of thing, and then I run through this thing here and generate a diagram. Okay, so if I execute this, it looks like it's all gone. Can you see this thing here? Yes, and then whoops. I have to read this thing here, which is zoom in. So if I press I, and then there is I. So this is what happens. And as you can see, some of them are, I don't know if you can see it, I'm not tight at least, but this one here is flopping, etc. But that has a thing here, so I can, for instance, for a small integer, I can press it, and it goes and reads the comment for that class and show me. Okay, so I just build a little things on top of that. Okay, so basically that's what I made. I could show you number 12, which is another one, just adding some numbers. And here I'll show you that it does actually not show everything, because that was something I asked about everything before. So this time here it says I can then press this one here and it goes there, and then I can press this one here and this one here and then this one here, etc. So I can dive into it and have it shown to me. This is, just for your information, a piece of code that is not using AI. It's just plain code, so you can download it and use it if you find it useful. Good. And this is what it can do. That it could do many more things, but I use it a lot to figure out how does this thing here actually work. Bam, 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 bam. Ah, okay. So it's a useful piece of code for me. Also annoying that you have to check, turn them off. Then it says something here, and I can't read it, so I will have to have it read for me.
AI-generated test code, AIA test experiments.
Ah, yes. So I have some test experiments. So the pieces, the classes that you saw here, whoops. These classes I wanted to have tested. Are they implemented? Do all the methods work? I asked an AI to generate test code for each method in that class, and including creating the class, the test class itself. Okay, so these are all AI generated for all of these. And if we go to some random thing here and see what it does, it says step 1 and step 2 and comments into it, etc. And then I don't know if there is an actual example of this one here. So assert and it has the reference from the test code to the original. So it actually just generates one that goes from the test class to the other one. And then there was perhaps something I wanted to show you. I do want to show it, but it's annoying that I can't read. Maybe I wrote it here. Whoops. I could show another one. So we could take this one here and it makes various tests. But if we go here and take a look at this one here, not that one on the top side here, not that one there, this one maybe. You can see it has a lot of variables, and I'll just say description here. And if I want to go and find and that was that one there, and description. As you can see, the method exists in two versions typically. One of these method accessors. There's one with no colon, and there's one with a colon, and there's one with several colons. Okay, and they are named differently in the tests, and these are automatically generated. So I just wanted to see if I could find it here. Maybe not that one then. Oops. Let's stop it. They're all test generated, they work, and the way it's done is that I'm asking an AI to generate a test. Then I check if that test works, or actually the system itself checks that. If it doesn't, it asks a different AI to try it. If that doesn't work, it asks a different AI to try it. And if that doesn't work, it asks a different AI to try it. And if that doesn't work, it stops. Okay? And it starts with a cheap one, a little more expensive one, a little more expensive one, and at last the more expensive one. And it turns out that these can be done. Okay? As some of you know, I am AI nerdish, so I will show you something else. The typical thing that happens when you try to use AI from inside Mac or any other computer is that it will use the LLM. Okay, and when you use the LLM, the language large model or whatever, large language model maybe, or LLM, it will cost you a certain amount per tokens. But if you're doing it inside web, for instance inside Claude, you pay a monthly fee, and you can ask it about all kinds of things. And I just wanted to show you something else, and that would be this one here. So I have to start a server inside this thing here. So now it's running. I need to go to the web browser or to the token and start, because this one here is not sort of visible to the outside. So I connect it here, and it needs to do just one thing more. Boom. And then if I go here and see what are my ideas, and that is to go to Grok in this case and say, boom, boom. No, Safari, start Grok, and I guess you guys can read this. Yes, okay. In that case, I won't have it. I know what it's supposed to do, or to say. Okay, so I asked Grok something, in particular AI8, which is definitely not something which is in its knowledge before. And as you can see, it is now accessing my web server going into this thing here. And if you take a look here, you can see that it was actually called. And it says GitHub is not there. And if you go and take a look at this class here and ask for comments, that is what is written there. Okay? It's true. Okay? Now I go to the next line here and I ask it, can you change it adding Grok was here? And as you can see, it is now doing stuff. And it is still doing stuff. And it's still doing stuff. Yeah, it is. We can go and take a look to see what his comments is. Test Grok. It is definitely not the same, and that is because I'm not. This is something I did a week ago to put this together, so I'm not fitting the things completely yet. And the last thing I wanted to show you is this. Yes. Actually, I have because questions. Perfect. So this thing here, there is now a class in there, and it has the method I asked it to produce. Now this is what I did from Grok's web page, which is $25 a month, and you can go completely bananas now in code without having to pay for test account. That was the only thing I just wanted to add, was that this is actually possible. You cannot do that using Claude, and you cannot use it using ChatGPT because their web server has a protection against these things. This one here caches, so you can't do it. So in part of the description I told it is that it actually has to, every time it asks, it has to invent a fictive blabbly bloop question so that the browser on Grok doesn't know what the answer is, and it has to go there.
Cut this from the video. We don't want these people outside know it.
Anyways, so I just wanted to show you these things, and now I'm done.